This is Lucy. She's a 1974 Italian Vespa Sprint Veloci, which originally had a 150cc engine in it out of the factory in 1974, which would have been originally a Freeport engine. The story of Lucy is in this month's scootering magazine. I believe there's 4, maybe 5 pages on this iconic Vespa. I won't bore you with the full story, but I urge you, if you are interested in this scooter, to buy this month's scootering magazine and just have a read of the content. The story is about a gentleman called Neil Doig, myself, and also Roger Green from Wessex Scooters, and a gentleman who's no longer with us. And the story briefly goes that Neil was travelling around Europe and he gave several scooters away and even a motorcycle on his journey. And in 1974 he landed in Milano, where he decided it was time to buy another scooter and carry on touring all around Europe. And he bought this scooter, which was a task in itself to buy this scooter, because quite basically the Italians didn't want this scooter to be riding all the way back to Australia, which it did. I bought the scooter because I was interested in a different front rack that's on it for my GS 150 at the time. And when I was told that this scooter was actually in Cyprus when the Turks invaded, me being half Greek Cypriot, I felt the urge that I've got to fetch this girl back to life. Most of you that know me will also know that I don't do standard. So I'm going to give you a brief description of this beautiful girl. I will probably miss a couple of things, however I'll do my best to get everything out there. In 74 she did ride back to Australia, yet in 77 she rode back from Australia to Peterborough, London way, down south Peterborough, where she lived, where Neil worked, shared a room with another gentleman who's no longer with us. I believe he was into his ska music, and Neil decided it was time to go back. This scooter would have been approximately 5-6 years old. 74, he went back in 78, so 4 years old the scooter would have been. And he left a lovely note to his friend saying, the scooter's at the airport, if you go and collect it, it's yours, and all the necessary paperwork was there. He had already registered it, and that's why it's on a 78 on an S. I've got all of the old Italian registration plate. It's got the, even got the Italian tax disc on there. I got the scooter and she was in a bit of a state. It looked like she'd had water dripping on her leg shields. They was absolutely rotten. At one stage I thought, you know, I'm a silly doing this, but it's another one back on the road in my eyes. So the scooter, the first thing I did, add some new floor put in. Although the floor was short, we had to use a little piece from a PX200 frame to patch that up. I opted not to paint the scooter because I love the green. It is in its old platina, and it is a genuine platina, and she's like absolutely lovely and lovely to ride. I've put a 12 volt brand new wiring loom on it, and on the loom, when you turn the key on, we have a voltmeter there, USB chargers, and we also have a 12 volt DC direct current. We've also got a 12 volt SIP speedo, and we've also got uprated suspension in the way of BGM. Got BGM on the rear, and we've also got BGM on the front with a uprated spring. We've got Malossi brake shoes, we've got tubeless tyres, Michelin S1 tubeless rims with tubeless tyres, Michelin S1s with gunk in them as well. All the floor runners was original. I opted to put a GS style toolbox because my first trip on this was, I built the engine, she was dynoed down at Torque Tune in Nottingham. A gentleman called Russ did that for me, and he was very surprised with what this achieved. and we had it at 19 brake horse, but I think we settled on 18.5 running on, because our first maiden voyage was to Hungary. We covered 3,080 miles with this scooter fully loaded up in the space of 10 days and given her the weekend off while I was in Hungary. She got a lot of attention just because what she is. She's got the Pinasco VTR cylinder kit with the cylinder supporting the carburettor and the reed valve. We've opted for Pinasco casings. If we want, we can put the carburettor back where they normally go, but I also opted for a full circle crank. We've put straight cut primaries on, so it's better for the torque, and she pulls like a little train up the hill. She's got a Pinasco Flytech Advance and Retard Vestronic ignition. She's got a brand new gear selector, brand new casings, brand new Pinasco BGM super strong clutch, like I said, with the straight cut primaries. We've opted for the BGM Sport pipe, which is a nice big pipe, tubeless rear rim, Molossi rear brake shoes again, LED lights. We've also opted for 30mm Crazy Monkey top, Delorto fuel pump, all works off vacuum, and a power valve, power jet I should say, and we opted for an air filter. What else can I tell you? She's got a fast throttle on her, great brakes, great suspension, pulls like a little train, and I'm just about to... Oh, we also opted for I have got the original tank that goes with it, but we opted for a rally tank, which is raised slightly, which gives you a little bit more literage, but the fuel tank actually sort of comes down to about here, it's 10.2 litres, and this is why we've got a fuel pump, because the fuel tank is lower than the carburettor, so we'd only get gravity up to sort of there, which would be probably 6 litres. She's got a 12 volt battery, which is in there. There's a Pinasco regulator, all fused up. Great scooter for touring. We have got a big rear rack for it, which I had fabricated up, and we covered England, France, Denmark, Belgium, Luxembourg, and then finally into Hungary. So I'm going to pop her on a... Oh, we've got a nice side stand as well. I'm going to pop her up on a main. And the chokes on the carburettor there. We don't have to put the fuel on this because it's I'm on the grass here, so she is a bit what do you call it, she absolutely flies. Although she's set up for touring. The old fuel tank castor oil can go, that was 50 quid alone. She's got a brand new seat, beautiful scooter, and whoever buys this are buying a great story, a great scooter that will 100% serve them well, providing they ride it well. I think that's it. Probably missed a few things. Yeah, I have. We've got luggage anchorage points, which also strengthen the frame. We've also got spotlights on the front, got the ignition on, which are great for driving at night. There we go. A bit like what the GS 1200s have on them. We've also got GS levers. It's a beautiful clutch as well. It's a super strong clutch. And that's Lucy. This is a new advert going out, and before I let her go, what I will do, because she's just covered 3,080 miles, I'll give her a full service, change the oil, change the plug, check everything's still torqued up well, and I'll also change the piston ring, because she will want one. Although she's not smoking, she's nice and loose now, but these cylinders, 3,080 miles in 10 days, is a great show. Anyway, it's good night from me. If you're interested, feel free to call me 07934 731331, or just email me, PM me I should say, and come down, situated in Mottram, just close to Staley Bridge, Hyde, SK14 area, Manchester area. Come down, have a chat. No part extras, absolutely no silly offers. The engine would cost you practically what I'm asking for it to buy, and get a good builder to build it. When she was built, she was all air leak tested, the lot. So I've got all the dyno readouts, loads of invoices, loads of history, and like I said, this month's scootering, buy it, 4 or 5 pages, great read, have a look. Thank you for watching.